Perfection, that's what he was. Or at least, that's what he wanted me to see. We met the way modern romances often start, a digital connection that sparked a fire in the real world. He was everything a woman could ask for. Charming, attentive, and incredibly attractive. His body was sculpted, a testament to his hours at the gym. He had this way of looking at me, eyes half closed, that made me feel like the only person in the room. For months, it was bliss. He was sweet, too sweet, like a piece of fruit that's ripe on the outside but rotting from the core. When we finally made it official, things shifted, not overtly, just subtle vibrations in the air. He became obsessed with his routine. The gym wasn't just a hobby anymore, it was a sanctuary. He would leave for hours. 2 hours turned into 3, 3 turned into 4. He'd come home not smelling of sweat and iron, but sometimes different. A mix of expensive cologne and a distinct musk that wasn't mine. I tried to suppress the voice in my head. You know that voice, right? The one that whispers liar while your heart screams trust him. I thought he was seeing another woman. I imagined her. Blonde, brunette, someone from his spin class. It was a Tuesday. Routine. Boring. Or so I thought. He came back from the gym, tossing his bag in the corner. He seemed edgy, high on adrenaline but avoiding eye contact. He stripped off his shirt, his skin glowing under the hallway light, and headed straight for the shower. "I need to wash off," he said. The water started running. Steam began to creep out from under the bathroom door. And then I saw it. His phone. It was lying face up on our bed. Usually it was glued to his hand, but today he made a mistake, a fatal error. It was blowing up, a cascade of messages flooding the lock screen. My curiosity fought my conscience, and curiosity won. I walked over to the bed. My hand trembled as I reached for the device. The names were suppressed, but the previews were visible. "I miss your touch already." That session was intense. Can't wait for round 2 in the locker room. My stomach churned. The language, it was raw, passionate, explicit. I felt sick. I swiped up. He hadn't locked it yet. I opened the thread. I expected to see a girl's name. Sarah, Emily, Jessica. But the contact photo, it wasn't a girl. It was a face I knew. A face I had known my whole life. My cousin. My male cousin. The one who started going to the same gym a few months ago. The pieces slammed together in my mind like a car crash. The long hours, the shared workouts, the secrecy. He wasn't cheating on me with another woman. He was exploring a desire he never told me about. With my own blood relative. The sound of the shower stopped. The water turned off. I stood there, phone in hand, freezing in the silence of the bedroom. The door handle turned. He walked out, a towel wrapped around his waist, steam billowing around him like a fog of lies. He looked at me, then he looked at the phone in my hand, his face drained of color. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just handed him the phone and said, "Tell my cousin I said hi." I walked out of that apartment and never looked back. Some secrets are too heavy to carry, and some betrayals are just too twisted to forgive.
They say in sickness and in health, but they never tell you what happens when the sickness takes over everything. 6 years ago, my husband had a mental breakdown. It shattered him. And while picking up the pieces, I shattered too. I became the rock, the provider, the mother, and eventually, the nurse. Years of therapy, years of holding the fort. I did it all. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being his wife. You'd think he would be grateful. Instead, he became cruel. My cooking wasn't good enough. My parenting was flawed. My appearance criticized. I was drowning in responsibilities, starved for affection, and criticized by the man I was saving. I felt invisible, like a utility in my own home. A caretaker, a ghost. Then he walked in, a younger co-worker. Let's call him Leo. He didn't see a tired mother or a nurse. He saw me. It started innocently. A smile at the water cooler. A text message about work that lingered too long. For the first time in years, I felt a rush. My heart beat faster, not from stress, but from excitement. I flirted back. It felt like oxygen. The tension built over weeks. Harmless texts turned into late-night confessions. Then, the opportunity came. A random Tuesday. Leo took a vacation day. My phone lit up. "I'm home. You should be here too." It was a joke until it wasn't. My husband was at work, thinking I was at mine. The guilt was there, but the hunger was stronger. I drove to his place. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel. When he opened the door, the air shifted. We didn't talk about my husband. We didn't talk about the breakdown. For that afternoon, I wasn't a caretaker. I was a woman desired. We had a fling that lasted a month. It was a secret world where I was appreciated, touched and seen. My husband never found out. He never saw the change in me because he never really looked at me anymore. But I knew that month gave me the clarity I needed. It wasn't just about the affair. It was about realizing I couldn't live as a ghost forever. A year later, I filed for divorce. Sometimes you have to do the wrong thing to realize what's right for you. I lost my marriage, but I finally found myself.
I never thought silence could feel so heavy. For weeks, I'd been working late nights at the office, pushing myself, grinding, sacrificing sleep, just so I could finish early and have breakfast with my kids, just so I could still be the kind of father who shows up. Tonight, my boss stopped by my desk and said the words I never expected. "You've done more than enough. Go home early." Driving home, I felt something warm in my chest. Relief, maybe. I imagined my wife curled up on the couch, the kids already asleep, just the two of us. Some rare, quiet us time. But the moment I opened the door, my entire world cracked. My wife was on the sofa, half-dressed, straddling some man I'd never seen before. Her head snapped toward me. His didn't. He just froze, like a deer in headlights. I didn't scream. I didn't ask questions. I just grabbed my keys, because if I stayed, I would have shattered. And now I'm sitting alone, in my office. The place I've spent night after night trying to keep our family afloat, wondering how everything fell apart this fast. My phone hasn't stopped vibrating. Calls, texts, my wife begging me to come back, telling me she can explain. Explain what? Explain how a decade of marriage just didn't mean enough. We had fights, sure. What married couple doesn't? But I gave her everything she asked for. A home, stability, 3 beautiful children, a life built piece by piece, sacrifice by sacrifice. And still, she chose this. A stranger on our sofa, in our living room, in our home. The betrayal is so deep, it feels physical, like something tearing from the inside out. I don't know what comes next. I don't know what to say or what to do. Part of me wants answers. Another part of me never wants to see her face again. But 3 kids, 3 innocent little hearts, are about to be pulled into a storm they never asked for. Right now, I'm staring at the office door. I could go home. I could confront her. I could walk away forever. But whichever path I choose, nothing will ever be the same. Maybe tomorrow I'll know what to do. But tonight, I'm just a man trying to breathe. After watching the life he built go up in flames.